On this next episode of Outlook TV, Boylesque in Toronto with Brandon.
Car Jockeys Easter meet in Vancouver.
Les Ballet Trockadero, and much, much more.
Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Robert Mackay, and you're watching the Queer Magazine news show that brings you the stories that matter the most from coast to coast.
And we are here with part one of our two-part retrospective, bringing you back our favorite stories. We're going to start with Angus at the Celebrity Dim Sum.
Nothing but the fresh, the famous, and the best chopsticks at that joint.
We're at the beautiful Sheraton Wall Centre in downtown Vancouver for the 10th annual Celebrity Dim Sum. There's a great lineup of celebrities on the list this year, and we're hopefully going to get a chance to speak to all of them. Come and join us.
All we need is freedom.
Well, AIDS Vancouver is the number of programs that we offer that are not funded by any government funding at all, and so we have to raise money through private donations or through fundraising events like Celebrity Dim Sum.
I actually met Brian at a Pride event a few years ago, and he asked me, would you be interested in this Celebrity Dim Sum? And I actually knew some people that did it before, and they said they had such a great time, and the money goes to such a great cause, AIDS Vancouver, so I was really excited to be part of it, obviously.
Now, you're actually co-host, is that correct?
Yes. You know, a long time ago, Fred Lee had invited me to come and attend the event, and I thought, oh, those celebrities, how glamorous they all are and how wonderful. Never in a million years would I have thought that I would one day be serving. Never would I have dreamt that I would be co-MC with Fred. That this is an amazing journey.
This function, the Dim Sum, Celebrity Dim Sum, is one of my favorite events all year long. It's for a good purpose, it's for people I know and love, and it builds a community. It's fantastic.
We're going to be serving. We're here as celebrity hosts.
Have you ever done this before?
Have not done this before. I think he's going to compete in the chicken feet challenger.
I'm not sure. I don't think I'm the master for that.
You were on The Amazing Race as a team, and you're a father and son team. Is that correct?
That's correct. And I'm the father, just for the record.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
We do challenges throughout Canada and the rest of the world. So we started in Newfoundland and we flew immediately to Vancouver here. And we went to Beijing and Bangkok, Shanghai. And the last team to arrive in each little leg gets eliminated.
I attended last year and I won the chicken feet eating competition. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to take over the floor and hopefully sweep it all and become a defending champion.
Your sanctuary.
And this is my first time serving, so I hope I do it right. I've been watching the videos, I've been calling my friends, you know, you've done this before, what do? Not gonna get my thumbs in any of the food.
I hope I'm not serving chicken feet today, because I don't know if I could stomach looking at those, but it's certainly a very good cause. So
just to say you won't be in the contest.
I will not be in the chicken feet eating contest, that's for sure. God knows I eat well, but not chicken feet. I lived in this first tsunami of AIDS back in the day, and I did all the images that helped to promote the campaigns within AIDS Vancouver over the years as well. You know, we've come a long way with AIDS, but we still don't have a cure. So I think this is very important and a very good cause. So I want to just make sure we're aware of it.
For Outlook TV, this is Angus Pratt at the 10th Annual Celebrity Dim Sum at the Sheraton Wall Centre in Vancouver.
Robert?
Yes?
Stop smoking.
Yeah.
Start knitting.
Right away. In this next segment, we've got a Scottish grandmother doling out sage advice at XY. What's better than some down-home Scottish advice, you ask? How about throwing a few friends into the mix? I'm here at XY to check out Stop Smoking, Start Knitting, the variety show being put on by Jamie Smith. Let's go in and check it out.
Oh my goodness, what's this? This is a suspension bridge. What is this? It's a net. Oh.
I would say it's a night of motherly love. It's like just coming into my living room for some love, some laughter, and maybe a sing-along or two, dear. Why is knitting so important to me, Robert? I would say, as I said before, it's like a meditation. It really keeps you focused in the here and now, dear, and you can produce beautiful things, dear.
And now, after taking my e-course, you don't smoke anymore, do you? Isn't that whatever? My academy, I have academies all around the country.
Could give just one piece of advice to future generations, Robert, I would say, and it sounds a bit cheesy, you know, but honestly, utilize the power of love, dear. This night, after all, is about love.
Have you learned a lot from me? Say aye. I knew it.
Well, Julie's a little bit forceful, but you didn't see that in the show. and you don't really get, you know, inspired to join so much as guilted to join. So, but I always have such a grand time doing music. I think music should be done all the time by everybody. So when I get a chance to play, I just took it.
What's the connection to the queer community for this show?
Well, if you saw the show, you'll see that just tonight, Julie has outed me on stage. So the connection is rather new and a little bit real. But it's probably because of her boys. Both of them were being gay. And Julie has always been such a lovely mum and supported them right through anything they ever wanted to do.
If you were gay, oh my God, that would be okay. I mean, 'cause hey, I love you anyway, because you see.
Again, having just been outed on stage, I have to embrace and celebrate who I am a little bit more. And I think that that's what I take away from it. And I hope that the audience gets a seminal personal truth that maybe comes to them in a loving way.
We are going to put this show on in Montreal in November, dear. And, it's going to be a big one. All my friends are there and they'll be there. And my knitting, I have a knitting academy, Robert. I have a knitting school. And there's divisions of that all around the globe, Robert.
Left a good job in the city.
Woo! What a hoot. This variety show had it all. Scottish advice, show tunes, drag queens, comedy, you name it. Stop smoking, start knitting. Check them out on Facebook if you want to look at their upcoming events. I've been Robert Mackay for Outlook TV. Thank you so much for joining us.
We're going to have to take a little break now.
I've just done too much reflecting. I need some time for myself now.
So are you leaving or am I?
Either.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
Up next, we got Queer Van Hoops. So there's all sorts of swooshing and dribbling and all that
Dribbling.
I know.
After a long spring break, we're at Queen Alexandra Elementary School enjoying the playoffs with Queer Van Hoops.
The name Queer Van Hoops is basically just that. It's like it's creating a space that didn't exist. So there were women's leagues that were mostly cis focused. So I wanted to create a space that was all genders, queer friendly. So I wanted to make that super clear what we were about. So I put queer right in the title. And that's why people seem to like these shirts, because it's just like, you know exactly what you're getting into. There are 4 games in a week. There are 8 teams, so every team gets to play once. We grew from 6 teams to 8 teams last season, I think it was. My favorite thing is the fact that the teams keep getting reorganized. So every season we shuffle it back up so that everyone gets to know different people. So you're not just with the same group from season to season. So people are connecting across teams. That's probably my favorite thing. The apparel is this. There's 2 designs. This one and then one that's a bit more of a hipster thing with like a X and then the letters in it. I usually do an order at the beginning and end of every season. So if you just get in touch with me, letting me know that you would like something, then I usually email everybody. They're pretty affordable. It's like $20 for a t-shirt, tank top, $30 for a sweatshirt.
It's a great environment for everyone. Like Meg's really great at like differentiating skill levels and getting the teams to have like different levels of people, so it's all super inclusive. So I would definitely recommend it to anyone who has played before and hasn't played in a long time or is just starting and wants to get to know basketball.
Yeah, I had never played when I joined, and it was great. It was super welcoming, and everyone was really nice to me, even though I really sucked at the beginning. But I've been able to get better. You see me set a screen now. I'm so good. It's really great.
This has been the most welcoming, positive community endeavor that I've ever experienced in Vancouver. I've been here since the very beginning, the very first day we were in this gym 5 years ago, and I can't believe it's our 5-year anniversary, and I've just completely come into my own.
What was your previous experience with basketball?
I played in college. There are, I think, maybe 1 or 2 of us that played in college, but most people have very, or even no experience at all. So every team gets a beginner, and the more experienced players are responsible for cultivating that player, and some of them just become so good that now they're just a normal player, and it's it's a really great place to learn. There's all different levels, but everyone plays really well together, and it's been awesome.
This is Denise Goldberg with Outlook TV with Queer Van Hoops enjoying the finals.
Let's go back in time, back to Toronto. It's Boylesque.
Hello, I am Troy Boy Parks, and you are backstage at my All Boylesque review, Troy Boy Entertainment's All Boylesque review at Buddies and Bad Times Theatre. And then what can you expect from the show tonight? You can expect extremely good-looking men taking their clothes off in a very fun manner. We have some that are comical, we have some that are more serious, we have some that are dancey. A nice variety of different types of performances. How long have you been a Boylesque performer?
I've been a Boylesque performer for just under a year, so it's brand new to me, but very exciting to venture out into it.
What makes you different from other Boylesque entertainers?
The thing I bring to it is my circus background and cruise ship performance experience. I like to travel the world and bring everything that I learned from when I travel to my performance. So I incorporate everything, including lip syncing, doing things upside down, doing things backwards, any way you would think about doing it, I don't do it that way. Do you perform for non-LGBTQ audiences? And if so, how is it usually received?
Yes, I do, and it's usually received very well. Audiences are, it's entertainment. I've had so many, like, I've actually gotten engaged after a show by heterosexual men. They're like, that was great, man, because, and it wasn't even because of the sexuality, because burlesque is very much about entertainment and performance. So, like, I've gotten, like...
Which is what you also strive for when you're on stage.
Yes, all the time. It's like, I'm the hardest person on myself. It's like, I'm like, how was that? It felt kind of off. And everyone's like, no, it was great. I'm like, you sure? Let me see the video. Like, I'm very much, I strive to entertain.
What kind of feedback do you generally get from your audience?
Lots of laughter, some points, some stares, some sassy eyes. Generally people have fun. The one thing I can say is I always make sure that I'm having a good time and everybody else is gonna have a good time.
I am Troy Boy Parks from Troy Boy Entertainment, and this is reporting from Outlook TV.
Next, we're going to take you back to the Car Jockeys Easter meet, and that would be an M-E-E-T meet. I know where your brain was going.
I know, I was hoping.
Hi, this is Outlook TV, and we're down here at the Easter Car Show at the Planetarium parking lot, and we're going to interview the Car Jockeys. That's Vancouver's gay car club. Let's go talk about lube and oil.
The Car Jockeys Club is a group of gay, lesbian, transgendered, miscellaneous people that just enjoy hanging out with collector cars. We maybe don't fit into the regular mold of the collector car market, but we get together from time to time, or we as a group go to shows all throughout the summer in the Lower Mainland.
It's been an obsession with me ever since I was a little kid, playing with Matchbox cars. And over the years, I've always just wanted one of my own to play with, go cruising in, to look after. My car is a 1966 Pontiac Tempest convertible.
1953 MG. It's called a TD. 54 horsepower. Not too good on the freeway. Doesn't like high speed. I have a 39 12-cylinder Packard Coupe. That's a big car. That's my big car. And another one of these MGs, but unrestored, original condition. And a 31 Model A Ford in original condition.
1992 Honda Beat. It's a JDM product, meaning Japanese domestic market. They're not meant for anywhere else. And it has a tiny little 660cc engine in it. I have a lot of cars called Mitsuokas. They're a coach builder out of Japan, and their thing to do is to take Japanese cars and make them look like old English cars, like Jaguars and Rolls-Royce and Bentley, those kind of things.
She is a 1953 Packard 300 convertible.
And do you have a name for this beauty?
Grace, after Grace Kelly. We also have a 1955 Dodge Mayfair. Her name is Liz, after Liz Taylor.
It's a 1946 Chevrolet half-ton pickup. It was originally from a farm in Lethbridge, Alberta. And they ran it until it died. Then the grandson put it back together again, and a few other people have worked on it over the years.
This is Daihatsu Midget 2 from Japan. It's a unique vehicle, to say the least. A little 3-cylinder Japanese domestic vehicle.
I've been collecting cars since I was about 16 and currently have about 8 of them. I just really love old cars. I like working on old cars, but especially I like to drive them around and just have fun and make people smile. What is it you like about old cars?
My husband, he's happy with the old cars.
Beautiful. From the Car Jockeys Easter Car Show, this is John Crossan for Outlook TV.
We're going to have to take another break now.
We gotta slow this time machine before we go into the dark ages.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
Put on your tutus, because up next we've got Le Ballet Trockadero.
Ooh.
Hey everyone, as promised, I'm here at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre with the Trocks. They're having their rehearsal right now, so I'm gonna steal some of them and ask some questions.
Everyone has to see Trockadero at least once in their life, if not more, because it's something that you get addicted to, just like all the dancers have. You know, we've tried, let's try if we like it, and then we stick to it for a long time. It's a wonderful show, and is very good for all sorts of audiences. If you don't really like ballet, you can come and you can kind of laugh at ballet while we are laughing with ballet. And if you really like ballet, you're having a lot of fun also because you understand a lot of the intricacies and the difference in styles and the choreography, and it's just a wonderful night.
What's the best thing about being a ballet master for the Trockadero?
Well, I think it's a dream come true for a lot of dancers. You get to still be part of this wonderful company, to be together with my colleagues, because we are like a big family, and it's we live together more than like most families, because we work and we sleep together in the same hotels.
Performing for Trockadero is much more fun than performing for a so-called regular company, because we get the fun part of doing female roles, and we get to wear the point shoes. Sometimes the feet swell after a flight and you get to squeeze them in the point shoes. We're our own makeup artists. When I first joined, I didn't really know what I was doing, and so I addressed myself to some other older member of the companies that were good with makeup, and they helped me a lot.
It's important to have a cross training, not only ballet, so it's good to have sometimes some Pilates or yoga, or trying to find a gym in the cities where we go so we can do a little bit of cardio or lifting to work on the body and stretch a lot and roll the muscles and try to find a place to get a massage. For me personally, the best part is the acting part of it. So you can over-exaggerate the ballerina and all the gestures and feeling like a diva, always leaving the diva on stage when you leave. But that to me is like the perfect combination. So you can be doing ballet without being a little boring, because it may get a little boring sometimes. So it's perfect to be in Trocadero, so you can do ballet and acting and humor at the same time.
At the Queen Elizabeth Theatre, this is Gareth CJW for Outlook TV.
And next we're going to look back to being free to be fabulous.
All the immigrants are coming to Canada and they're ready to be free.
And fabulous.
Today, Outlook TV is at XY for Free to be Fabulous, a fundraiser benefiting Rainbow Railroad, Rainbow Refugee, and those fleeing persecution in countries such as Chechnya. Let's see who's here.
Free to be Fabulous is a fundraiser event that I organized, and it's basically to help LGBT people escape persecution all over the world. So this event is benefiting Rainbow Refugee, which is based out of Vancouver here, as well as Rainbow Railroad, which is based out of Toronto. The reason that this cause is close to my heart is because I'm actually from an immigrant family. So I was the first generation born here in Canada, and I'm just very present to the fact that my life would be very different if I was born elsewhere.
So I tried a little
Rainbow Refugee is a local volunteer-run organization that is mandated to raise money to help get queer people living in other parts of the world out of volatile situations. Rainbow Railroad is based out of Toronto and does very similar work, and they've actually been instrumental in the fight to get queer people out of Chechnya. So they've really been spearheading that movement. So these are both really vital organizations within our community and within our country, and I'm very honored to be here hosting the event.
There were stories coming out from Chechnya that reaffirmed something we already knew, is that in many, many, many countries around the world, a person could be put in jail for waving a pride flag or shot in the head for trying to start a pride march.
We all know that putting a hand out is so much easier than lifting up your hand for help. And if we all do a little bit or do what we're good at to help people out there, not only will it help that individual, but it'll also make it clear that this has to stop. Those countries that are the sources of refugees in the LGBTQ community, they notice when we give refugee support to one of theirs. And that in itself is a really positive step forward. And if we could all help and, step up to this, we would see a reduction of refugees, and we could find ourselves in a world that's better, where everybody's looked after everywhere.
Do you have anything to say to those in other countries facing persecution due to their identity that may be watching the show online?
Absolutely. I think what's important for you to know out there is that you're not alone. We are thinking of you. We are all connected. It's the amazing power of the internet is that we can find you and we are willing to help. So reach out. You can find me on Facebook at Peach Cobbla, and let's see if we can do a world of good on this planet.
This is Boy Spence reporting on Queer Vancouver with Outlook TV. See you next time.
That is all the time we have for this part of the Look Back, but we'll be back with part 2 really soon.
And if you want to create more memories with us, reach out to us on any of our social media channels or shoot us an email to volunteer with us at OutlookTV.
We sure do have fun.
Tons of it. So much so we can create retrospectives.
Enjoy the fun more than once. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Robert Mackay.
Stay fabulous, Canada.